are you afraid of? What about it? What makes you feel that?
About what, the knife?
Yeah, about carrying a pistol.
Oh no, my hesitancy is the power of a 9 and the destruction. I'd rather stop someone, but I don't want them to die. I know it sounds terrible. Okay, yes, or it doesn't make sense. But I really, I'll okay, here we go. Ready? I'll fuck up a bitch, but I don't want to outward. I know it's not realistic that to hurt somebody that makes them stop. I just feel like as a civilian, I don't have enough training, frankly, for me to feel as confident having that kind of power in my hands. And that's on me. That's not on anybody else except me, because I have to go to the range and freaking practice.
Exactly. Well, that's a responsible way to think. But that's responsible.
Yeah, because how am I going to get comfortable unless I practice with it,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so that's why I was joking with the Walter PPK, because I'm like, damn it, I still have a freaking scar on my thumb because it has so much kickback, and I'm like, that's not funny.
The reason I don't carry one is because I'm a borderline, very mildly autistic about clothing on my person, like waistband lines and sock lines and things that I hate it, right? And so there's no comfortable way that I can carry something that's shaped and as heavy as a 9mm pistol on me at all times. There's absolutely no comfortable way I can have it on my body. I've already explored it. It just wouldn't work.
I concur. I don't even like tags on my clothing.
It's a really weird reason, right? But it's just true. It's I mean, you'd have to have it in your pocket, which would never work for me. You'd have to have it strapped around your leg. Absolutely not. It just wouldn't work.
Interesting. Well, that's why it was the convenience of the 22, and I saw there were so many of them, and I'm just.
The problem with the 22 is it has no stopping power. It's fine for target practice. The actual reason you would carry a weapon on you like that for safety, it doesn't provide you that. It's okay for murdering someone if you literally walk up and pop in the head with it. But as far as stopping power for somebody that had a rifle or something, it's not going to stop them.
Understood. Okay, thank you for the discussion, because I'm trying to get myself more and more comfortable with something that folks.
38. A small 38 would do it for sure.
Okay. Thank you. I have
that would be to get a real pocket size, like a lady's version of the 38 or something, and maybe
Hello?
Hey, are you recording this?
I'm live on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, I sent you a message in your DMs. Amir and his crew are combing through, trying to find dirt on Zionists, just so you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't worry about it. They can't find any dirt on me. It's just dirt looking for themselves.
Okay. And also, how do you say? I mean, also he probably is also because he's been very vigilant in your videos. Also, they canceling your accounts? I think that he and his group are mass reporting you.
Yeah, they did. They canceled 4 of my Clubhouse accounts.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, because I didn't know what you knew. He was posting some of your recordings that he had combed through and clipped up.
Okay, cool. Good for him. I mean, I'm wasting his time, and that's exactly what I want to do. I appreciate it.
No problem. Talk to you later.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
And I may not be the most responsible, meaning I haven't practiced enough to I certainly won't have it on a person until I get comfortable. But I think that people need to have it, especially women. Can I tell you about a thing that really prompted me to? It was just really scary. And people don't do this to me when I propose stuff. It's carrying or whatever, or having something of that.
girl that was kind of in the area, and I was on the other side. But anyway, point is, she was afraid. She thought that I was just like blocking her in. I was physically intimidating, whatever. And I was kind of demanding them bring my dinner out because they were giving me shit about the timing, and I was like, no, I can't have the dinner at the end of the because they immediately need me to work. Like, I need to get served when the bridegroom gets served. It's a common problem, honestly. But anyway, point is, because there was some slight contention going on, and because I was positioned in this manner, she was afraid of me. And I was like, fuck, you know, I didn't dawn on me. So a lot of times, like when I'm jogging or walking on the street, on a sidewalk, whatever, if there's a girl coming toward me, a lot of times I'll switch sides. I'll go to the other side of the road before it's an issue because I don't want her to think I'm going to grab her or something. I think about that on her behalf, which is not easy to do when it's not on your radar otherwise. You know, it's an entitlement that I have. I never worry about getting kidnapped. You know? It also, are you guys still listening? Am I still heard? I know it's right here for a reason. It also dawned on me, my daughter, who is 18 and super, super cute and attractive, half Asian, half white, so she's kind of unique in Georgia, top it all off, which makes her even kind of more interesting to people. Everybody stares at her, and it's creepy as fuck, but she should start pointing it out to me when I start looking for guys doing it when I go out with her. And, dude, I see it all the time now, and it's creepy as fuck because I never saw it before. But then she didn't want a job, and I was like, you should go work at Home Depot. Like, I loved working in the store when I was there. She's like, oh, no, I could never do that. All the Hispanic day laborers and stuff, they would just eyeball me up and down. It'd be creepy as fuck. Like, I couldn't do that. And I thought, oh, that sucks. Like, there's places you can't even work because of how you know you're going to be, like, Google. Like, that you know, that was weird to kind of think about.
What's up, ladies? I love Mike Boone. I so appreciate him. I don't agree with him, but man, I enjoy listening to him.
Right back.
Man, I wish he was still here because I would love to understand that way of thinking that you're gonna control the situation and even the criminals won't have guns and like the whole utopia thing, like it's gonna be a Meritopia, which is a great book, by the way. But it's just crazy. I'd love to understand that mind frame, that way of thinking. I'd love to understand the logic in that. Because I would join that society, but to assure that is impossible. I don't think anyone could come up with all the facts and all the rules you need and how you would assure that safety. It's impossible, and it's not the job of the government. And so that we even go through these conversations and these mental exercises, I don't understand. And maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think so.
Well, you might be enough for this reason. I'm driving, so I can't unmute much, so just to let you know, guys.
No, all good. No, I just had to get that out of my head because I'm sitting there trying to understand how Mike would achieve his. And is he Canadian? I don't think so, but
no. Yeah, I think the point.
I love your hair, Edie. I think it looks great.
My hair.
Well, wasn't it blue before?
Oh, that was purple, but it was a filter. I do have it actually purple in like the back. You can't. It's not in that picture, but that all purple was a filter. It wasn't actually that color. So there.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to go potty.
That's okay. I think
I'm
that
being a good water drinker.
Yeah, the guns being part of our Constitution, the right to bear arms, is too much a part of American culture where you can't, like, in Australia, they did taking the guns back in the 90s, but I think, I don't know who was talking, but said, yeah, America's different. I think that's true, and I think you can't achieve something like that here. It just wouldn't work at this point. The cat's already out of the bag. I think you can ban assault rifles, things like that just are nobody needs. No civilian needs that, but banning guns altogether I think would never work here.
Well, and the threat of it, like I said in the chat, the threat of it over the last 3 decades has contributed to the largest buying of arms, like ever.
Right.
There's like 3 to 4 firearms per person now. It used to be 2, and it's going up to almost 4 now, I think.
Yeah.
Every person in the United States, there's enough for almost 4, I think. It's up to 3 per person, for every single person.
It just, I think that, I don't know, I think people are just becoming more aware. They're becoming more aware of the threats in their neighborhood. Like, for example, okay, what I mean by aware is, when I was a little girl, there were a lot of predators around that the parents were absolutely oblivious, unfortunately. And because we grew up, I'm a Gen X, and because we grew up and now are no longer ashamed, or whether they have been tampered with or not, they know someone who has been, and they're like, that's ridiculous. And especially to the extent, even if it was just like 1 in, I don't know, 20 or something, but the ridiculousness that it's 1 in 4, and there's probably even more than that because of generous statistics. Let's just say, because I don't trust statistics. Anyway, I think people are becoming more aware now that there are dangers. There are more dangers. Like, there never was a thing called you could keep your porch door unlocked and everything would be fine, because the people who counter that, they're frankly they're no longer here to state otherwise, or they're too afraid to speak because
I just feel
that
like
shame of being
as a civilian, I don't have enough
I
training
don't think that
for me to feel as confident
that world
having
never
that
really
control
existed.
in my hands.
Kind of like
And
the
that's
nonsense
on me.
of
That's not on anybody else except me,
thinking
because
that
I have to go to
the
the
President of the United
range.
States would be
Exactly.
okay and
That's
would be
a responsible way
safe
to think.
driving in a convertible down a road in Dallas.
Yeah, because how am I
Like
going to get
that was
comfortable?
just unfair. Like, can't believe somebody would do that. Are you
And
serious?
but at the same
Like,
time, it's like,
yes,
like
it's
so that's why I
hindsight.
was joking with
But
the Walter P.
we have learned,
because I'm like,
right?
damn it, like I still have a freaking
So now that
scar
we
on
know
my
better.
thumb because it has so much kickback, and I'm like, that's not fun
about that stuff, but basically, I don't Marilyn Monroe. Like that was something that.
It's a really weird reason, right? But it's like it's just true. It's like I mean, you have to have it in your pocket, which would never work for me. You have to have it strapped around your leg, absolutely not. Like it just wouldn't work.
If we had to give a sick tournament,
Well, that's why I was at the reunion for 22, and I saw there were so many of them. And,
so
yeah, I'm
The problem with it too is it has no stopping power. It's fine for target practice, but the actual reason you would carry a weapon on you like that for safety, it doesn't provide you that. It's okay for murdering someone if you literally walk up top of the head with it. But as far as like stopping power for somebody to have a rifle or something, it's not going to stop them.
explain the logic and the rationale and how it's possible
because it is.
to hear someone explain.
I'm just trying to get myself more and more comfortable with something that folks.
There is no
38. A small 38 would do it for sure.
I have that.
More that people like
That would be to get a real pocket-sized Canadian version of the 38 or something, and they go,
the hardest thing to fight is an idea. And when people are
Hello?
frankly, when they've been
recording this?
it's just the more
Oh,
I learn
live
about
on
how
YouTube,
severe
yeah.
it is, and how the familiarity is so much there that they don't
Amir and his crew are combing through, trying to find dirt on Zionists, just so you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't worry about it. They can't find any dirt on me. It's just dirt looking for themselves.
It's people are given fear.
And also, how do you say? I mean, also, you probably is going to. It's also because he's doing very good job. Your videos. Also, they canceling your accounts? I think that he and his group are like mass reporting you.
Yeah, they did. They canceled 4 of my Clubhouse accounts.
I just wanted to let you know because I didn't know you know he was posting some of your recordings that he had combed through and like clipped up.
Okay, cool. Good for him. I mean, you know, he's like, I'm wasting his time, and that's exactly what I want to do. I appreciate it.
Go around saying fucking bullshit about people. Get it? And then that just becomes the truth. That's the sad part about the reality that we live in with the sad. Yeah. So yeah, I know that. You know that. We all know that.
Yeah, trash bag had sex with a tranny.
No, trash bag, you tried to have sex with a tranny and they turned you down. That's what I heard.
Right. You didn't even fucking have the story. Anyway, proving my point. Let's move along.
No.
Okay, real quick. And that's the thing. The public opinion about him, right? Like my friends, everyone knows the story, right? He's very open about it. But everyone has this perceived notion about this.
Yeah, but not everybody. I'm very open about it, but they don't all have the accurate version.
They don't have the accurate version. You're absolutely right. But my point is that so when you say something publicly on a public stage, not privately, right? Let's say you had an issue that I doxed someone, and you came to me privately, much different. That didn't happen. So what actually happened is that he said this. Well, then on top of what happened 2 days ago, he said that in the morning. Well, then late at night, Pepe has a big room, right? And I know people's opinion about Pepe. Now, so Pepe was caught a doxer by JB. So then Pepe does a room. Well, I get DM from someone. And they go, hey, Pepe has a room about how he got caught a doxer just like you. And I was like, wow, that's so crazy. And
Keegan, wait. To be honest with you,
you're listening to Keegan. It's Keegan's turn. I made this room so I could get this off my chest, and not for you to come on my stage, for you to interject on my stories.
All right, continue. Don't get distracted. Continue.
You're right. I do get distracted. So
Pepe's room.
So Pepe was in that room. I come on stage because I know some information about JB that I learned that day. Because someone came to me and said, hey, just so you know, JB's calling you a doxer, but he's actually paid for someone's personal information to then put on Clubhouse. An actual doxer.
That's disgusting.
disgusting.
And it's Monica, and it's been proven.
Wow, that's horrible. What a horrible piece of garbage.
I've had multiple people come to me and tell me the story about how JB paid for Monica's information, and then guess what? Doxed that information that he paid for to a personal friend of hers. Very, very sad story, but also disgusting, deplorable person to do that. So I go to Pepe's room and I say, Pepe, can I come on stage? Pepe said, yes, sir. I come on stage and I have only 5 minutes because I do not go on Clubhouse during nighttime. But I said, I got the DM. You know what? I said, Pepe, it's funny that he's calling you a doctor. He's doing the same thing to me with no information. And actually, I have information about how he's doxed Monica. And then, so that was said, and then I left because I didn't have time to stay. But I wanted to be said, especially in a room that had replays on, so that people could listen back and go, all right, now we know this about JB. Because guess what? It's credible. I have multiple people who's willing to say this, and they're like, hey, I'm willing to say it on stage. I don't know where they are right now, but multiple people can collaborate with me and say, yes, this happened. So that happened.
This would be a great time for you to respond.
Well, so then that happens, and then today, this morning, JB said, there's an individual in this room who just came on. I don't know why he's in my room, because he called me a doxer. He said, you can either leave or I'm going to kick you out, and I don't want you in my spaces anymore. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. I'm not here for you. I'm here for your room, right? I'm not.
It's just, you want to go with. I feel you.
We're following moderators to rooms. No, we're following the room and what the room brings, not what you bring, right? Especially like this is not a house, but if it was a house like the masculine mansion, guess what? We're not always coming for Sig, right? We're coming for what the conversation may bring, right? When I go to healthy debates, I'm not going for JB. I'm going for what the conversation's going to be. So I'm shocked that this individual is willing to call me a doctor on a public stage, and then when I do the same thing, he says, now you're not welcome in my room. Well, are we going to, where's the accountability here? You should be held accountable.
Can I respond to that?
Now, Ewan, is a great time. Now the room's been reset.
Okay, so, Keegan, what I would first say is that most of the stuff that goes on this app ends up not being true. So, people will talk shit about you to the point where you end up very quickly becoming, the villain to, a room of people. Okay? That is just normal. That's just what you're going to deal with. That's the sad reality of Clubhouse. I don't agree with it. I actually like the truth. I value the truth over everything else. Okay? With that being said, what else is going on Clubhouse is that it is a dying app where there's not a lot of users. No, wait, hear me out. Let me finish my point. Because I've listened to you.
Just to continue.
Yeah. So it went from being 150 million users to downwards of 10 million. And I would say that most of those active users are probably from India or some place like that. So our people that are European or North American are looking at Clubhouse and saying, hey, there's not that much going on. So that's part of the reality. Now, I actually think that PP is kind of correct in his freak out because I agree with him to a certain extent, because what he's doing is he's not running rooms. What he's doing is going into other people's rooms and he's directly talking to them. Okay? And the other content, quote unquote, content creators that are on this app that are left, because most of them are left, are pretending that they're running big rooms when in fact they're not, because no one fucking cares. Okay? So the reality of the situation is that this app is kind of not taken that seriously, and people are all causing shit to each other. And And I think that you shouldn't worry too much about it. Like, I just got kicked out. Dude, I am friends with, like, the entire Jewish community on this app. And I just had, like, a Jewish person, like, kick me down to the audience because they were upset with me because they misunderstood what I said in another room, talking about the amount of child brides going on in the Middle East, right?
Well, that particular Jewish person is a little heavy-handed with the gulag button, but he's still a good guy.
Yeah, no, of course. And it's fine, right? So I don't care that much. I don't even take it personally. I don't care. Keegan, you have to understand that you, with what you believe in, with, you know, however you want to approach the world and speak out about what your beliefs are going to be attacked by people on this app heavy-handedly. And I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. That's just, like, the reality of it. But, I mean, dude, I just literally spoke on behalf of, like, the victims of, like underage sexual assault and got into a fight with someone. So, like, yeah, you're going to have to deal with it. People have weird fucking ideas here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, like, you know, to a certain extent that you know, at the end of the day, like, when you say a view that people don't agree with, they're going to attack you and do all these things. But my point is that, again, like with these rooms, like, you're absolutely right. Like, who cares if your room has 50 people, because that's now a large room on Clubhouse. When you're right, like season 1, season 2 of Clubhouse, you know, a room with 50 people was a small room, right? It used to be a room with 250 people, 300 people was like your average room size, and now it's much different. So I agree with you to a certain extent, but my point is that there's a lot of let me just say, individuals who will claim superiority over you because they're you know, not just the moderator, but they say that's out of line. Right, as a moderator, they say, listen, you know, a lot of people say, hey, listen, there's rules to a room, and then they'll say all the rules. Well, then people break the rules, and guess what? Nothing happens. Right? They say, well, that guy's different. We hold that guy differently, or even as a moderator, I'm going to break my own rules. So it's like these standards. It really just does not make sense to me. Like, it's the double standards, it's the hypocrisy. It's like, again, I don't mind that you don't like my views, and I agree with you. I'm like, if people were just kicking me down and kicking me out of rooms because of my views, I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, all right, whatever. But people are kicking me down for things that they do, and then they're claiming, and they're creating.
But that's what they're kicking you out for, dude. That's like the actual abject reality. They're kicking you out for your views.
Well, yes, but they're using false, like, information and defamation upon me on why they're kicking. Like, they're saying, well, King's a doxer, he's not allowed in my room. Well, I'm not a doxer, so now people are going to go around going, oh, King's a doxer.
No, I mean, I heard the whole back and forth. It sounded like you were just, like, caught in the fucking crossfire of it. To me, I don't care about that.
But sure, I mean, but even before the pet bait thing happened, I was being called a doxer, right? That's the point. Before the pet bait thing even happened, I was being called I was being called a doxer, which doesn't even make sense. I don't know enough of you guys to even be a doxer, or I don't even know most of you guys' information, like, on just a Clubhouse personal level, to be like, I'm going to find out more about you. Right, so that's what's shocking. And real quick, because I just read the chat, I haven't really read the chat that much. Mike says that is a lie. He didn't pay anyone for it. Sure, if he wants to claim that he didn't pay, again, I've had most people say he paid for it, but if he wants to make the claim that he didn't pay for it, he's still doxed her. That's the point. Is that he's a doxer, and that he's calling me out for being a doxer. Well, if you are a doxer, why would you have a problem with a doxer?
But Keegan, don't even worry about the chat. I mean, dude, I literally just saw the chat, and I literally had someone say that Indians aren't real. Like, and that I said that, which is, like, completely made up. I mean, I literally lived in India, so I think that it's hilarious that that person's saying that.
Well, you might be a little bit different than me, but I do like to know that I was kicked out of a room earlier today that they asked me, Keegan, do you think that you have good morals? And I said, I have moral consistency. Whether or not my morals are good in your standards is your standards, but my morals are consistent. So when I am someone who believes he has consistent character and then that character is judged, all I am is a man and what my character is. That's all who I am. You are who your character is, in my opinion. And so when that character gets... And I think that maybe me and you are just a little different. You and I do care. And you say, well, don't, but I'm saying that's not who I am. I care about when people decide to lie. I care about consistency. I care about honesty. I care about, I care about hypocrisy. That's the things I'm going to call out. I don't call out anything else. People want to say the N-word. People want to say, that they hate white people. I don't care. I won't make any rooms about that. The only rooms I make is about this.
Okay, Ian, what I will say is that you are allowed to believe in what you believe in. Like, there's no one stopping you believing that. Most of the people that are responding to you are poor. You realize that, right? Like, you can tell.
I'm poor. What do you mean? What do you mean they're poor? Who cares about that? You and I'm poor. And not everyone's rich.
But they're poor as fuck. And they don't know how to respond to actual fucking ideologies or beliefs or anything like that. And if you're poor, then, dude, get a fucking job. I mean, I think that's fair to say.
I have a job. No, I have a job. I'm saying that I'm poor in the ideas that, my wife doesn't work, and we have a one income household. I'm doing my job. That's not, don't worry about my money. All right. But saying that just because they're poor, the opinions don't matter is really interesting to me.
No, Keegan, the point that I'm making is that the people that, can talk about this stuff and be calm about it are living good lives, okay? We're looking at it and we're, coming into these conversations and we're looking at it and we're like, that's funny. Because it doesn't matter that much.
I don't think that you've been attacked the way that I've been attacked on this app. You can say you have, but I don't think you have, because you're saying that, you wouldn't...
Oh, I've been attacked way harder than you are. Dude, I've been on this app longer than you have been.
I don't know. I've been on since season 1. Maybe we just haven't gotten to know each other that well, but I've been here for a long time. And most people in this room knows who I am. But,
I know. I've been in rooms with you, dude. Keegan, I know who you are. I've been on this app for so long that I fucking know who you are.
Well, I'm just saying again that I think this is just a difference in personality here.
Dude, we used to run rooms together. We used to be in my rooms daily.
Well, listen, and welcome back. And this is what Clubhouse has turned into since you've been gone. But it's true, though. It's melodramatic and might not truly matter in the grand scheme of things. And when I get off the app, I don't think about it again. But when I'm on this app, I like to be perceived a certain way. And I'm not being perceived the way I believe I should be perceived. I believe that others should be perceived in a different way.
You got attacked, but you got attacked. Yeah, you got attacked by someone. Look, I don't think that it was fair that you got called out on doxing someone. I don't agree with that. I saw the whole thing go down. I was in that room. I think that you should absolutely be angry about that. But what I will say is that you will be attacked no matter what on this app. Because this app is filled with people with borderline personality disorder. And also,
I do agree with you. This is an audio social media app that a lot of people don't get to talk to a lot. And I'm the same way. I live in a very small bubble with this very small community. All my friends are Christians. Everyone I interact with are a certain type of way, certain type of thinking. So I really enjoy being able to get out of that bubble and really see what people are actually talking about. I've tried Twitter Spaces. It's different, and I don't like it. Clubhouse is where I've really grown to really enjoy. I use this as almost a podcast, way of and then also
I think you should be able to use this app as a way to project your like beliefs and everything. Like, I'm not against you doing that. I don't think that you should be silenced. Like, you and I probably don't agree on a bunch of things, but what we would agree with is the fact that this app should be available to you to put out your own means, you know? So you should be able to tell people how you're feeling, what you want to broadcast, okay? I think that what is going on is that people have told lies about you. I'll agree with that. I'm going to say that they were lying, and you got thrown under the bus. But do you know what the best thing to do is?
Go ahead.
Tell them to fuck off. Go into their rooms and fucking spam their rooms. Fucking start your own rooms like this, where they're literally like, if they come into this room, you get to have that debate, you know? Literally, when I have people who disagree with me, I will either join a room or I'll go into another room or start my own room where those people are seeing the title and they don't agree with me. And they're angry at my title, so they want to come in and they want to make a point. I'm great with that.
Well, again, so my point is, and I agree that, like, Clubhouse isn't denying me the access to say my opinion, right? My point is that the public square has become very, very small because this app has become very, very small. Like, I don't even think when it comes to American European users, and I'll say, and I'm gonna have to clarify it because I don't think many of us go into like a lot of like mainly black spaces. When it comes to like the political, cultural, societal discussions, I would say that's less than probably. I mean, it's probably less than 10,000 users, guys, right? And consistently, it's probably less than.
I looked it up. No, there are 10 million active users on this app.
Well, sure. I'm not saying that there are 10 million active users. I'm saying when it comes to American cultural discussions or political discussions, it is less than 10,000 people. Why? Because I've been here for, just in the past year, it seems like every single room is easy. I barely meet new people. Barely. And every room is less than 100 people. So it's like, I can venture into different rooms and, it probably all adds up to that amount of people. So my point is that when the larger rooms, like Healthy Debates, or like, any of Roger Mayhem's rooms, or any JB rooms, or what have you, when they decide you're not a part of this room anymore, well, now I've been ostracized to the out. I'm an outcast. And even just to listen, not even to talk, right? Like, even to listen. I was in JB's room and he said, "Why would you want to be in my room now?" I can't listen. I can't enjoy a podcast. I can't enjoy the discussion that may be taking place. Not to listen to you, but listen to someone else. So that's my point. Is you're absolutely right. I could open my own rooms. But I don't have the time to always do that, right? I'm working right now. I'm working throughout the day. And so my point is that, like, these people who get to conduct and pretty much control what other people are going to listen to and consume will then create outcasts and say you're not a part of it, right? They've done it to Diogenes before. I know that you don't like Diogenes, but like they do it to Diogenes. They do it to they've done it to me. They've done it to a lot of people. I mean, I bet they've done it to you, Ewan, where it's just like, for some reason, John Kitover is such a good example. And John, I used to have a lot of issues with John. And I've realized, you know what? Clubhouse records every room. John recording every room is it's the same thing. Who cares? I used to kick John out because I'm like, John records every room. But then I read terms and conditions. They're recording every single room. It doesn't even matter. So, but yeah, so, I find it just, again, we're allowing pretty much like dictatorship. And then these people will say the reason why you're not a part of our clique, the reason why you're not part of the public square is because of something that I also do. And I know I have proof that you do it, but really, and it's just like, as you said, the real reason is because they don't like you. They don't like your views. It's not what actually is being said. It's something underneath. Go ahead, Ron.
I was going to say this earlier, but
hard to kind of get a word in edgewise, you know. But yes, so whenever that whole grad group was going on, and then the spillover into masculinity, JB was modded up in there, and he's very long-winded, and so it's kind of hard to predict when the end of his sentence is because it just keeps going on and on and on and on, like the Energizer Bunny. But he kept on saying, "Excuse me, I'm talking. Excuse me, can I talk?" And I told him, I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you can. Go ahead, I'll go on mute." On mute and let him finish his statement. So now it's my turn to talk.
The way that you eat these things is you're supposed to cut the inside of your stomach open. You show you. You can also eat your legs. It's a lot like lobster eating. You can't tell me that doesn't do it. Well, now that he's legless, we're gonna cut him open. It's like a little science experiment. Alright, now that he's cut open the insides is what you're eating. So you see this yellow stuff?
That's the other thing too, is that like looking at like
very creamy. Not actually six stuff, because there's a little bit.
like the
The inside is like this stuff. You're gonna be eating this. Follow me if you want to see.
was that he was going after JB for like, I don't know, being a predator.
That man is an actual sex offender, a pedophile who has touched children. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. And you go, do you even care? I do. If I found out that any single one of you have actually done something horrendous like that, where you've either harmed children or killed someone, you're not welcome. You're not welcome by Spaces. I think we should have some consistency and say that you're not allowed in around us. And so that's my piece. Mohammed, welcome to the stage. What do you have to say about accountability on Clubhouse? Go ahead.
So I just joined, I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm gonna wait.
Keegan.
Wait, Ty, can I go for a little
Ewan, hold on 1 second.
John, I know that John's been trying to get in, and then you of course, go. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I think it's funny that you hold an accountability room because really this is another stirring the pot room. That's what this app is actually good at, is creating these dramas that feel like they're real, but it's just people all around the country just yelling into their phone at people because they've been conditioned and listened to what these people say, and they essentially respond either politically or they may respond truthfully. Sometimes they respond insincerely. But anyways, you can see the gentleman in my PTR. That's Brad. Many of you know him as Brad S. He makes death threats on this app, which is against the law, and I'll post the law in the chat that he's actually violating, and the terms of service that he's violating here on this app. But yet he has thousands of followers, and Clubhouse seems to have no problem with somebody who goes around making death threats quite regularly that I have on video and audio recordings, which I have submitted to the Houston Police Department, the Houston FBI, and his employer and management team at the Houston Children's Texas Hospital. So this is what accountability on Clubhouse looks like. When you slander, defame, and libel John Kitover and the campaign to elect candidate Congressman Kitover, when we have contributors to the campaign like Mike Moon here right now, when you do that against John, an Army Service Connect disabled veteran and Citadel graduate, you've picked a fight with the wrong motherfucker in Chicago. And I can promise you the campaign will do everything we can do to sue you and wage garnish Brad S. So I hope he works hard because his wage garnishment and lawsuit is going to help fund this campaign and take us to Congress. This is John. I am complete.
Wow. Talk about accountability to be had on an individual who deserves some accountability. Now, again, do I agree with doxing? No. John, I would say you should change your PTR. I do not believe in doxing.
Oh, it's past that. We've actually sent the documents, the videos, to a law firm today who will actually be filing a civil lawsuit against Brad S. So we're there.
Wow. Are you willing to say the firm or no?
No, I don't want to mention the name of the law firm here on Club. I don't want to dox the lawyers.
Of course. Good on you, John, for someone who's willing to find legal ramifications, for someone who has done some egregious things on this app.
It doesn't.
I mean, I think
if somebody doxes you on X or YouTube or Instagram or Clubhouse or TikTok, or I'm talking about slander, libel, and defamation, it doesn't matter where you do it. It's against the law. And when you make death threats on the internet, it's 100% well established that it's against the law. I will put it in the chat. Brad S., I don't know if he has a TBI from the war or what the fuck is wrong with him. He knows everything there is to know, just FYI, everybody. But the point is, you can't come on Clubhouse and make death threats against people. And you can't libel or slander people. It's against the law, Brad S.
Well, thank you, John, for, taking the time to do it. I mean, I know that at times it can almost feel like you're doing a turkey chase, right? You may never catch the turkey, but you're going to try to do it. So, you would go ahead. I know that you wanted to speak a little longer.
Honestly, I lost my entire train of mind. Just listening to
I mean, listen, John does make a true point, which is that whether I'm doing this in a truthful way, which I believe I am, and I believe I'm doing this in a sincere way, because I actually feel an emotional connection to this. This is a pure emotion here that you guys are listening to. This is potentially a triggering room, of course. I knew what was going to go on if I did a room like this, but I thought it was needed to be done. Now, do I think that It's going to trigger a lot of individuals. I hope that. I hope that there's not a lot of rooms afterwards. It's not my goal here. Again, my goal is not for clout. My goal is for consistency.
That's something that if you
All right. Well, that's one of the 10 million users that you were talking about.
Suddenly have a craving for curry.
Oh man, that was good. That's a good. John, was that one of your accounts that came out of here?
No, that wasn't me.
Well, I don't know. You weren't speaking, so I guess I'll take your word for it. But,
No, but we do have an anonymous account, and I also reached out to Roger Mayhem today. I emailed him because at 1:00, the campaign to elect candidate Kitover, we have job applicants from Craigslist who are petition circulators that want to come on Clubhouse. They're going to receive their training through Clubhouse, and they're going to print they're going to print the PDFs for the petitions and start gathering signatures. Clubhouse, thanks to Mike Moon and Jay Braska is our biggest contributor. We will be getting signatures and funding it all through Clubhouse. So I want to thank everybody here on Clubhouse who's helping us get signatures.
Go ahead, BB.
Okay, so I love Edmund. We all known Edmund for a very long time, a very, very, very long time. But Edmund, I'm sorry, it doesn't mean you can go around and okay, one thing is you can go into rooms and we know you're there and you can record our conversations and you can put them somewhere. But at least because we know you're there and the possibility is available to us, you can then go and record conversations and put them online. But you can't go into rooms with as anonymous. And sometimes people have heart-to-hearts and they have intimate conversations.
Yeah, I know. Some people come on here and they plan terrorist. Some people come on here and discuss terrorism because they're promoting it, supporting it.
Yes, but most people, a lot of people don't. Okay, so if I'm in a room having a conversation with Beamer or with Seamus and we're talking about,
I haven't listened to your voice in quite a long time. So what are you concerned about? You think I'm every anonymous on this fucking app, lady? There's thousands of people with anonymous. BB, there's a lot of people with anonymous. I'm not a catch-all. I'm not a fucking evergreen meme that I'm the one recording and listening to everything.
As an anonymous and record conversations?
What? Yes, of course. What do you think Anon is for? Go read the terms of service.
But here's the thing, BB. Have you read the terms? BB, have you read the terms and conditions of Clubhouse? They own all the recordings.
I just feel so. That is isn't that like colonizing, or isn't that like a hostile takeover, or isn't?
It's not 1665. I'm on my fucking cell phone in my office, lady. You can use your cell phones how you want to use your cell phones. I'll use my cell phones in my office, in my house, how I want to use my cell phones. Okay? Stop telling me how to use my fucking cell phone, BB.
I'm just saying, it's just not very neighborly.
I feel obligated to state the obvious, which is don't have intimate conversations on fucking Clubhouse. That is the most retarded thing ever. You want to be protected. You want to be protected from intimate conversations on Clubhouse. Holy shit!
But also, baby, why don't you just do a private room? If you're and invite the people you want to hear.
You come in, you don't even think about it, and then it's like,
But again, that's on you then. That's not anyone else but you.
I don't say anything. I don't care. And also, I'm saying this for it's not John, it's Edmund. Because also, Edmund, one day you're gonna fucking it's like somebody's gonna slap some kind of a lawsuit on you. And nobody wants to see that, because I think most people on this app, especially us old timers, Mike, I don't give a fuck about you, by the way. You can fuck off. I don't give a fuck. But with Edmund, it's like, some
I live stream everything I do, and I record everything I listen to as a backup, just in case something stupid or bad does happen. So, BB, I hate to tell you this, but I'm documenting reality. You're complaining about reality. That's called a you problem, BB. That's called a you problem.
I am saying
Hey, John, are you recording now?
you are programmed.
Yeah, of course. I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, man, because I was going to say that BB's making my balls itch, but that's too intimate for recording.
Nobody likes you. You're fucking ugly, and your PTR is unattractive. At least like Edmund has.
My PTR is unattractive. Do you want to see what I really look like, BB? Because I'm actually pretty good looking. I'm 6'3". I'm a good looking guy. Former U.S. Marine. I'm pretty good looking. I'm pretty good looking. That PTR is not me, retard.
You're annoying.
That PTR is not me, retard, but it is my real name.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Edmund, at least.
Oh, man, I do it for you, baby. Baby, but I do it all for you. Oh, no. What am I going to do? Oh, shit.
BB, what? And as someone is stating in the comment, which she's stating correctly, Howard. If you she left. She's just listening. If you have a problem, BB, okay, you have the right to go seek legal action, just like John Kitover has sought legal action against Brad. So you have the same rights.
And every time Brad's mentioned, I feel obligated to say that I personally sat in a room with about 30 people when he told the man that he knows where he lives, he's going to drive to his house, he's going to rape his wife. I just feel obligated to say that that man said that. He didn't threaten his life, but John's heard him threaten lives. So either way, that is one despicable human being.
Well, and John, I hope I'm not involved in your lawsuit because he has threatened my life, but I do hope I'm not involved.
Well, you might get subpoenaed. I got to tell you, you're probably going to get subpoenaed because you're in the recordings too.
Yeah. And if I get subpoenaed, and if I do get subpoenaed, what I hope for, John, is maybe just a little action to come my way afterwards. That's all I hope, John. I will be honest. I'll tell them what I earned, what was told to me. But I just hope that a little action comes my way because I am a poor white American.
John, can I ask you a question?
Of course. Please address me as candidate.
I was going to ask Keegan a question.
David, please hold. Joe, let the lady speak, David. Joe B, go ahead. Ask candidate Congressman Kitover whatever question you might have.
Congressman, I'm sorry, respectfully. What's the beef with Brad? I mean,
links are in the chat, Joe B. Take a look. It's all on X. I've notified the Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. I've notified the FBI. I've notified the police. I've notified my law firm in Houston that are filing a civil defamation lawsuit against Brad Stauffenberger in Houston and Minneapolis.
For what?
You'll have to listen to the videos. You'll have to watch the videos. They're hours long. Brad goes on for quite a long time, Joe B. And I've got a lot of videos, and they're all going to be released publicly. And the FBI's been notified. The police has been notified. His employer's been notified. It's all out there. You can't come on Clubhouse. You can't make death threats. And you can't defame, libel, or slander people. It's against the law. And I'm going to hold this Irish potato-eating motherfucker. He's guilty. I'm filing a lawsuit. That's it.
Shut up. That might boomerang on you, bud.
Are you okay with them making death threats to people, Joby? Is that acceptable to you?
No, but John's not much better. Nobody, I mean,
there's death threats and there's not death threats.
Are you going to let me finish? Or are you going to just keep interrupting?
So John's no better than Brad, really?
John, I don't know.
I haven't heard John say he's going to rape anyone's wife. I haven't heard him make death threats to people. Never once.
Joe B.
Wait, by the way, when people do that, JB, it shows that they're pretty horrible fucking people.
Hey, I'm Joby. Please don't confuse me with JB.
Joe B.
It means they're pretty fucking horrible people when they say things like they're going to rape people's wives and murder people.
Joe B.
You believe that on the app?
Usually means they have a small penis, too, and they're trying to be a man, but that's another thing.
I know.
Well, he was in the Navy, Mike. You know, look at the guy in my PTR. That's Brad in Houston, Texas.
Look how fucking dopey. That's an ugly dude. Look at his dopey fucking eyes. He looks like he's stoned. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Mike, I just looked at your PTR. Don't go there.
This isn't me.
I know, but
I'm a good-looking person, Joe. You want to make sure I put it? I'll put it. Hang on a second. I'm good looking. I'll show you. I'm also 6'3", by the way. I got a lot of tail when I was younger.
we're all good looking and shapely.
Well, no, Brad's not good looking. Brad looks like a big fucking dope who's stoned. You see his picture?
Yeah, my brother went to. Never mind. There's some military connection.
What relatives do they have been looking?
Wait, I hate to interrupt. I just got an email back from the law firm that is suing Brad Stauffenberger for libel and civil damages, and it turns out that he makes $120,000 a year, so at a 15% wage garnishment, we estimate it'll take him 7 years to pay back the campaign to elect John Kitover.
I was surprised he was in Houston. I thought he was up north in Minnesota or some shit. Was he just lying?
Gather a whole bunch of signatures from everyone on Clubhouse going against you that you've been going against their privacy, whatever, like recording people, and nobody ever agreed to it. What will you do? It'll be you against Brad. Who's going to win that vote?
Let's start it up, BB. I mean, not against John necessarily, but it sets the precedent.
Well, you're not so smart, John.
Joe B, can I ask you a
There's
question?
a lot of
Hey, real quick, Joe B, can I ask
You in those hooker stockings on your PTR?
Joe B, can I ask you a
No,
question?
but I do have some other pictures if you want to see how hot I am.
Because you
I'm
are.
deeply curious. Trust me, I totally believe it.
No,
So,
but
Joe B,
Edmund,
hey, guys, calm down. What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing? You're coming on my stage and you won't shut up. Like 2 seconds, bro. So, Joe B, you're friends with Brad S. Joe B, what do you think of Brad, not once, but now twice, claiming stolen valor onto actual men who served in our military? What do you think about that?
I think this is a public open app and anything goes until someone gets sued. And if you want to be the first to set a precedent, go for it. But I agree with BB. If you don't like something, get a petition going that will get legislators involved. Period.
But, Joby, you didn't answer my question. Do you think that that's a good man who's claimed stolen valor on 2 different individuals, and then those claims are proven to be untrue?
I have not seen the proof. I have seen opposite of proof against it. I've seen proof that he is telling the truth through my brother, who is Scooby-Doo on this app and who worked with him.
I didn't say he didn't serve in the gay Navy. I just said that he was accusing other people of stolen valor.
We're not saying that he didn't serve, Joby. We're saying that he's claimed that John Kitover did not serve, and they also claim that Diogenes did not serve.
Hey, Keegan, I could claim that, but on an open app like this, I'm not going to win in court. Just not gonna.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, do you think that that's a good man who would claim stolen valor?
I'm not his judge, nor are you, Keegan.
You are a judge, though, of human integrity, are you not?
You can feel okay to judge a man that says he's gonna rape people's wives and murder people. It's okay to judge, Joby, and you don't need a committee for that, Joby.
I don't have to like him. I do like him because I know him through my brother.
Okay.
Okay, but Joby, you're not Joby. Baby, you know what, baby? This is what I'm gonna do with you. Okay? I don't really know you that well, and you're gone. Okay? You're making this room about you and John Kitover's fight. That's not what the room is. You want to take accountability. She's gone. People who aren't taking accountability are going to be gone. They're going to be shut away. We're done with these people.
Keegan, let's point out that Howard down there with his fake-ass PTR, whatever the hell he looks like, he put in the chat that if somebody has a problem with John Kitover legally, they have the right to sue him. That's me.
Yes.
So what I'm telling you is when I have a problem with you and I feel you've infringed upon my rights and you've broken the law, I have the right to redress that and sue you. So it goes both ways. And if anybody here wants to sue me for recording them talking their stupid shit on Clownhouse and putting it on YouTube, feel free to send the lawsuit and I'll countersue you. So have fun with all your lawsuits, everybody.
But it's all, and I appreciate John, and yes, absolutely. If you have a problem, but Joby says I cannot. That's not my place. But my point is, it's really interesting when you ask these people who are good friends with these individuals, and you say, hey, listen, this individual has done this thing over and over again, right? And they say, well, that's not my place to judge. Well, do you go through your whole life and it doesn't matter what people do? And you just go, no, it's not my place to. Like, no, we are a judge of integrity and a judge of character every single day. That's how we conduct ourselves. So why are we conducting ourselves completely differently on a Clubhouse app? If someone in my personal life went to 2 different military men and said, you're committing stolen valor, and it was proven wrong, I would say that man is deplorable. That man is a liar. That man is deceitful. And I would not trust that man. And then on top of that, if that man said that he was going to go to someone's wife, or go to someone's house and rape their wife, or go to my house and kill me and have sex with my wife, I would claim that man's crazy and deranged and a psychopath. I wouldn't need to think that, or if that claim was made to someone else, I wouldn't need for someone else to tell me whether that man is good or not. I would say that man is bad. And the idea that we can't have a judgment based off of, again, integrity and character, then what do you do every day? You're a blob of skin and bones and blood. That's what you are. You don't exist.
Or have sex with your daughter. Which is
She did say that. He also did say, he has said so many things, not just to me, to John Kitover, to Mike Moon, to every single public person on this app, that he doesn't know what he says. So John Kitover saying that he's willing to sue him. He's willing to use legal ramifications. You might be held accountable. You might be held accountable a little bit. You might just a little bit.
This is not a roast room of Brad Stauffenberger in Houston and Minneapolis, who works at Texas Children's Hospital as a claims manager. It's not a roast room. This is a legal notification room, Keegan.
John, I made it very clear that I do not want doxing. I've asked you to take his PTR off. Do not say his full name. I do not want I do not believe in doxing. I do not dox individuals. I do not believe in doxing.
I'm not doxing him. I'm publicly putting him on legal notice. He has received public legal notification now, Keegan. This is how he's been served. So I want to thank you in helping me achieve accountability here on Clubhouse. This is candidate Congressman John Kitover for the 16th District in Illinois, running against the rhinoceros vaccinologist and $20 trillion super debt creator, Darren the Hood Rat LaHood.
Hey, isn't Mark Rice running?
Hey, go get your denture paste and make sure to put them back in, because I couldn't hear what you said.
Hey, fuck you, asshole, but isn't LaHood or Mark Rice running and kiss my ass?
I don't know. Why don't you Google that? Let me Google that for you. Joe B., take your education policies. I looked you up on your website. You told me to look you up. You're not on that website. There's a bunch of other executives. You don't exist on that website, Joe B. Congratulations.
Hey, poopy head. I work for Robert Inlow. I have a contract. I'm not showing you my contract, dummy.
Okay, you stupid dummy. You dumbass. Stupid ass. Go ahead, Joe B. Do whatever you want, stupid ass.
You big pussy.
You big boy.
That's what I want to hear on this app is that, all right? That's all we need to hear, all right? But when individuals, listen, I'm going to kind of reset the room here because the man who has kind of created this, not really created this, because this was going to happen anyways if he never did anything about this. All right, here's a little reset for everyone who was not here. Last week, I was called a doxer. Don't know why. But randomly, JB said, here comes Keegan. He's a young guy. He's a troll. But hey, listen, he's got a good head on his shoulders. But he's a troll and he's a doxer. He needs to fix that about himself. But other than that, he's a good guy. I have a random stranger telling me I'm a good guy, but I got some stuff to fix. I'm a doxer and I'm a troll. And I thought, I'm going to let that slide down my back. I don't care. Then he makes a claim 2 days ago. Again, the same claim. Here comes Keegan. He's young. He's a troll. He's a doxer. But he's a good guy. And I thought, I'm not a doxer. What is he talking about? So then I decided to say, hey, I'm not a doxer. What are you talking about? And he moved on. He never said a word about it. He actually muted up, didn't say a word to that. Someone interjected, and then the conversation conversation continued on. So then I was like, man, that's really interesting. Why is he saying that about me in a public room in front of a lot of people? Well, then someone reached out to me individually and said, hey, listen, it's funny he's calling you a doxer when he's doxed Monica. When he got Monica's information and doxed her. Now, I was told he paid for it. Supposedly, he didn't pay for it, which I guess it doesn't matter if he paid or not paid. He still doxed an individual. He still reached out to someone to find out personal information about that person and then doxed them. I don't like that idea. I don't like that one bit. So then I heard that Pepe, I got DM saying, hey, Pepe's in the room. JB called him a doxer. And JB's going around saying a lot of things about him. And I thought, that's so interesting. He's going after Pepe, and he's going after me. That's so interesting because I'm going to be honest.
This is stirring the pot.
On this app,
this podcast is called Stirring the Pot.
I don't think I'm as aggressive as Pepe, but we're both called racist. We're both called all sorts of things. And so people will attack us and say a lot of things about us just because of the views that we hold. So, or that we're a troll on this app. So then, I go to Pepe's room and I said, I'm going to share this information. Hey, it's funny that he's calling you a doxer because he's doxed Monica himself. Now, I said some stuff that I've been told by the person themselves, and it's whatever, and I'm not going to share it again, but that he paid for it, but maybe he didn't. It doesn't matter. He still doxed an individual. It doesn't matter how he got the information. He doxed that information. So he's a doxer. It's funny that he's calling you a doxer. He's a doxer. So then I left the room because I didn't have time to be in a room at night. And the next day, or 2 days later, this morning, I go on the stage and I go in his room and he goes, there's a guy in this room who has called me a doxer. I don't know why you would want to be in my room. I don't know why you would want to listen to this conversation if I'm such a horrible person. He said, so either get out or I'm going to kick you out. And he said, let's do this privately. So then I privately messaged him and said, hey, and I was honest. I said, hey, you called me a doxer, which you have no proof of. You said in a public room and it was slander. Allowed, other people's opinions to be set upon me. That is not true. Well, you yourself are a doxer. And his response was that you are playing victim. You wanted to be famous. You wanted to get some clout off of Pepe, and that's why you went in the room and said what you said. And you attacked me. Which is so funny because, again, he attacked me first. He called me a doxer first. So accountability on Clubhouse is really interesting to me because accountability should be, if you do something wrong, people say, hey, you've done something wrong. But instead, what happens is if you're a big creator and you're liked on this app and you don't really hold really strong views about anything, right? You're just a blob of a person. Well, guess what? You don't get any hate. You get no smoke. You can say whatever you want about people. No one's going to say a word. Or they might just like you because you're kind of an attack dog, like Brad. And they just like that you attack everyone else and you just hope that one day that dog doesn't bite you. So you go, hey, that dog's a good dog because he attacks everyone else. He's a pit bull. But then when he attacks you, you're like, we got to put this dog down. So that's what's really going on, is that these large creators on this app, who are creators, quote unquote, there's no actual creators, who hold large rooms and are moderators who can control the public square and the public opinion can be swayed upon you, are truly the most double standard, hypocritical, and again, non-responsible, accountable individuals on this app, and I'm very, very done with it. And I'm a 26-year-old. I shouldn't be the one who has to say this.
I don't think it's any kind of a come to Jesus moment or revelation or catharsis. Coming on this app and regularly making death threats to people and how you're going to brutally murder them is against the fucking law, and you can and will be arrested for it. Any kind of a come to Jesus.
Yeah, it is that simple. It is that simple with one individual that we are speaking about. But again, these individuals who have been on this app since season 1 of Clubhouse, and when they first were on, they weren't that big, but as they continue to gain followers, they continue to do rooms by themselves, they got larger and larger, and it almost seems like they thought their popularity would never end. There was no accountability for what they've said to individuals. And again, all I want, just some apologies and saying I'm not going to do that again. I'm not asking for money. All right, John Kitover, I'm not looking for legal ramifications to be set upon this person. All I'm asking for is, hey, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Let me do a public room and announce that I said something false about you because I did it in a public room. That's what I want.
Hey, John, check your message from the end of that challenge.
Well, and it's like when CNN does a article on someone, right? And they're completely wrong, and they're proven wrong, and then they have to resubmit an article. And guess what they do? The first article is a massive tweet. They do a bunch of coverage on it, and it gets a bunch of people to listen to it. Then when they say, "Hey, we've lied," guess what they do? They do a they release one small little article on their website. Nothing is done. So it's really interesting that when people say, well, what are you trying to gain from this, Keegan? What are you going to get from this? I said, I just want a public apology because they publicly denounced my name.
Wait, Keegan, I just want to let everybody know that I hope you don't think you're being manipulated in the audience or anybody else here on the stage emotionally, because I want to let you know this has nothing to do with emotions or feelings. This has everything to do with the letter of the law. When you come on a social audio chat app and you make regular death threats to murder, slaughter, and kill people in detail for hours, and people record you doing it, it is against the law. The FBI and the local police in Houston and in Minneapolis will arrest you for making death threats and going into detail about how you will murder people. You cannot do that. And I got to tell you, the person in my PTR who works at Houston's Texas Children's Hospital, who's about to get served with a libel and slander lawsuit.
John, this is my last warning on you. Okay, I can't make you change your PTR, but I can try to moderate you a little bit. You cannot say his full name and where he works. I know it's public information now, but that individual did not share that on this app, and I don't know, if I'm with it. So.
I'm just trying to clarify the letter of the law here for people in the audience and all the Anon accounts who might be wondering what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about and when and where and why and how. It's all here on Clubhouse, ladies and gentlemen. It's all recorded. It's all put on 13 YouTubes, 2 Clubhouses, 5 X accounts, 3 Instagrams. It's all on the internet for all of you to go find and see. And the FBI and the Houston Police Department have the exact clips that they need. So fuck around, find out, stop making death threats on this app, and stop libeling and slandering the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover. Go to johnforcongress.com.
I would like to say, John Kitover, if your lawsuit, after you win your lawsuit, I would probably like the name of that firm, because it seems like maybe I'm due for some money.
The number one rule of lawfare is never dox your lawyers. Never waste their time when they're busy trying to do a service process on the gentleman in my PTR and deliver him the lawsuit.
That's a real thing. Like, we're joking about it, but man, free speech extends all the way to one point. So when you start telling people you're going to drive to their house and kill them, that's a real fucking problem. That ain't normal, man. I don't give a shit if you're on social media or not. That is not normal.
So I hate to break the bad news to you, Joby. You can come up here and criticize me all you want, and everybody in the audience who's probably enjoying this pot stirring or this roasting, don't enjoy it. Just know that when you come on Clubhouse, the fact that you were making death threats, but your account is still up with thousands of followers, do people not report him? Does it take one fucking asshole to report an account? And some fucking Filipino in Manila says, yeah, I agree, delete account. And then you get the suspension notification from Clown House. If you want to appeal, email this address.
What's your question?
Okay, well, let's get back to politics, ladies and gentlemen, because in 13 minutes, we have a conference call with a new employee for the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover. He lives in Rockford. He's got the petition PDF. He's ready to print it. He's ready to get to work. He texted us this morning. He wants to work now. So we are going to bring him onto Clown House. I'm going to send him the link to Accountability on Clown House. I'm hoping you can mod me and we can change the room title to Campaign to Elect Candidate Congressman John Kitover. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joke. This account at the bank with $610 of your Clubhouse clown dollars is in the bank. We're going to spend it, and you're going to watch me do it live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't win the campaign, at least we got a YouTube business, ladies and gents. This is called killing two birds with one stone. This is how a Republican capitalist does business, ladies. This is how you use the law to get to positions of power. You don't let people get away with breaking the law all day long on Clubhouse and make death threats against people. No, you report them to the authorities, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the Campaign to Elect Candidate Congressman John Kitover believes in.
All right, let's. I'm gonna look up. We're using ChatGPT, John Kitover, and we're looking up. Can you make threats? We're gonna look this up. Let's see what ChatGPT says.
Joe B's not impressed with your measly sum of $610, John. She's a big spender. She thinks it's not very much money.
Mike, I want to thank you for your hard-earned dollars. I know how hard you work for that money, and I'm not going to waste a penny of it. And when I do spend the money you gave me, I'm going to show you on video how I spent that money.
I tried to give you a clap, but I've maxed out my...
It shouldn't take videos.
Okay, here it is. Here it is, John. John's absolutely right. I don't know why Joe B's in the chat saying that they can't do this. Criminally, number one, if you threaten to kill or seriously injure someone online, it can be prosecuted as a crime. In U.S. laws, they do vary by state, but nearly all 50 states say that making threats of death and seriously bodily harm is a felony if the victim reasonably believes the threat could be carried out. Even if you didn't mean it, intent isn't always required. Just the act of making the threat and causing fear can be enough. Now,
in this day and age, who the hell knows what's real or not? If someone says that, these people all day long, they just shoot up a fucking place, and everybody's like, well, I didn't see it coming, like a bunch of fucking retards. Like, if somebody goes out and says that shit, you gotta take it serious in 2025, man.
So in a civil, real quick, Lucifer, I gotta finish reading this. So for a civil case, the victim could sue you for intentional infliction of emotional distress or harassment, especially if they can show the threats cause them fear, anxiety, or damages like therapy costs, loss of work, or moving expenses. In some cases, victims also seek restraining orders or protective orders, which can carry legal penalties if violated. So, John Kitover has a pretty strong case.
That sounds like a slave owner filing for a grievance.
Wait, Keegan, I got it. Lucifer, please, Lucifer, don't interject into this conversation yet. Lucifer, please stop, Lucifer. I can't put Lucifer on this recording, Lucifer. I don't want you in the legal documents. You don't want to be involved in this lawsuit, Lucifer. Listen, Lucifer, hold on. Hold on. I'm quoting Pepe here. Hold on. Okay, that quote's for Pepe. Hold on. Okay, so we just got an email from the lawsuit suing Brad. Brad S. I won't mention his last name because we don't want to dox the man in my PTR. This is what they just wrote us. You're not going to believe this. It is illegal to come on Clown House and make death threats, as you've just heard from Keegan. Sorry, I'm not at the letter yet. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen.
You had me on pins and needles, man.
Listen, there's a lot of people in this room. Look how many Anons. This is the biggest Anon audience we've ever had. We got 5 here. Okay, so in 8.
Also, John, I'm so sorry. I do not want to interrupt you. I actually thought that you were Baby Pepe, but you're saying you're not Baby Pepe?
No, listen, I'm totally transparent. You guys can go to my YouTube Live anytime you want and watch what I'm doing here on this app. And the fact of the matter is, this is my only Clubhouse profile right now. Okay, so go ahead. Well, actually, I don't want to give the floor just yet to you. But ladies and gentlemen, you cannot come on Clubhouse and make death threats. You cannot come on Clubhouse and make libel slander when people record you doing it. It's so stupid to do that only the man in my PTR is stupid enough to do it. So I don't know who this stupid person is, but take a good look at a stupid person. If I were to create a Clubhouse dictionary under the letter S, this stupid person would be pictured right there in my PTR. His name is Brad S. We won't mention his last name. But the FBI and the Houston Police Department have been notified and have received audio recordings of Brad S. making death threats. Now, whether or not the government is going to take action and bring accountability, well, I hope at least the management team at Texas Children's Hospital enjoys the videos and recordings as well. They have been notified on X across multiple accounts tagged at the Texas Children's Hospital PR, the public relations. They know who he is. He's their claims manager. He works with insurance companies and sick children. But is this the nice, kind, gentle man at the hospital that might greet a family in mourning who can't pay their health insurance bill? Or is this a man who comes on Clubhouse, knows the answer to every single thing there is, but still makes crazy death threats to women regularly while he's being recorded and he knows he's being recorded? So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who this stupid person is, but if there was a Clubhouse dictionary with the letter S, this is where this stupid person would be.
Well, you don't think it's for the person that's following the claim, that's showing their fragile ego. You don't think that it exposes a fragile ego?
John, are we going to hear the email?
Who cares about a fragile ego? There's people that make millions of dollars off other people's fragile egos in the legal system every fucking day. He's running for Congress, man. He needs money, Lucifer. Fragile egos aside, he's going to make bank here if he wins.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I feel you.
Okay, we have 6 minutes to the next employee onboarding for the campaign to elect John Kitover. This is an on-the-ground petition circulator. I'm going to introduce him to you all. His name is Joe. I have not spoken to him on the phone yet, but he has agreed to download the Clown House app, and he's going to come to this room. So if you can mod me, that would be fantastic. If you listen, but we can use you. Hold on. Keegan, you can still. You don't have to mod me, but I do want you to change. Keegan. Gentlemen. We've got 5. Okay, I know we're good. We've got 5 minutes though. I want to, gentlemen. I want to curate the experience for the onboarding of this employee. So if we could change the title, and I'm going to change my PTR. Okay, here we go. I'm going to change the room title. I'm going to change my PTR. This is
good decision making, buddy.
This is a room reset.
I think we've done enough of accountability on Clubhouse.
By the way, that's a beautiful picture, Keegan, of your dog.
There's one more final thing I want to say about a Brad S. This Irish.
We should put pictures of us our dogs. We'll have to do that.
In my opinion, John, I know that you want to do the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover, but in my opinion, it should be elect candidate Congressman John Kitover 2026.
Okay, go ahead and just update the room title to however you deem fit.
No. This is not your room, John.
Well, see, the thing is, you, as a green bean, that means you essentially have the supermod privilege. It doesn't really matter to me. What I want to try to do here is make this a welcoming and comfortable experience as a new onboarding experience for this, for Joe. So the whole point is to depolarize from the gossip and the drama swirling that happens on this app. And then I just want to say one more thing about Brad S. and this controversy that you've been listening to. Look in my PTR. I just updated it. That is a private video which has been recorded with a major broadcast network. And they went bananas because we did it live and they didn't know I was recording myself do the interview. So yesterday they demanded that I make the video private or delete it. So I made it private, but in the chat you can watch a video which has been put to private on legal demand and notice from a major broadcasting network. Then the final thing is in my PTR you can see my Army active duty badge as a second lieutenant with a top secret SCI security clearance, and that badge I still have it. Anyways, the whole point is.
That picture of you, John? You're a good-looking guy.
Yeah, that's when I was a second lieutenant at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, on the Mexican border. I want to tell you a border crossing story. So one day, I see these two Hispanic gentlemen with straw in their hair, dusty as could be. They looked like Marty McFly, with their life preserver jackets on. And I was like, ¿qué pasa? And they're like, necesito agua, necesito agua. They were like dying in the desert in these mountains that I was hiking in on Fort Huachuca, Arizona. So I walked them back to our hotel and I give them some bottles of water and some pretzels. And sure enough, they were illegal border crossers who happened to walk onto a U.S. Army top secret military facility through a mountain range. And, so I don't know what happened to those Hispanics. I didn't want to ruin their life because to me, they weren't carrying drugs. They nearly died. I was like, I don't want to ruin their day, man. I'm not calling the cops on these guys. That would be some bad karma. So I hate to admit as a candidate congressman that I may have released 2 illegal alien Mexicans who nearly died in the mountains into Arizona. I just wanted to admit that to everybody.
What a story.
I like it. Hey, Keegan, we should have golden doodle, man.
Mine's a labradoodle.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He took the 2 back to his hotel and gave them pretzels and water. John Kitover. Vote for John. He's a cheap-ass congressman.
Okay.
Pretzels and water.
Would you call that a sanctuary apartment, John?
These guys were so close to death. And you know how stupid I was? I thought maybe they were from Spain and not Mexico, and they were soldiers that we were training. Because we had people from all around the world training on this facility. We had everybody. We were training Azerbaijanis. We were training Lithuanians. We were training people from South. The U.S. military trains the armies and the soldiers of all of our allied countries in all of our military facilities here. Everything we know, we teach them because they are our allies, and it's a network.
It's a love heart network.
Now, John, it is 2 o'clock. Are we getting a campaign call?
We are. I'm going to send him the link now. His name is Joe. I've never spoken to him. Please, everybody, practice all decorum and be polite. And you can be transparent with him because, I believe that he can actually do fundraising for the campaign. And I think this is like the way into the campaign is to try to essentially force somebody to be involved in an immediate campaign fundraising money bomb. So he has received the link. That's my terrible website above with the Clubhouse logo, actually. And you can go to the blog section, and then the first post, there's a link to the antidote. And I can post that as well. But if you do want to donate to this campaign, the money will be spent live. I will film a lot of these people doing circulation petitions, and I'll have them send in videos, come into Clubhouse rooms, post on X. Like, that's part of the job. They're also like a digital campaign content creator. So if you can't do the job, you can't do the job. But this is what we're asking people to do. And this guy said he wants to work now. So any man.
Now, John, I don't want to cut you off, but so does he know if he has to be here at 2, or is this like at 2:15, or like?
No, he knows.
Right now, is what I'm saying.
No, he knows. He's got the link. If he shows up, listen, this is what our last text messages are.
But is he late? Is my question. So right now he's late.
No, give the guy 5 minutes, for God's sakes. He just got the message. He just got the text. You got to give him
I
5
was always
minutes.
told that if you're on time, you're late. If you're 5 minutes early, you're on time.
This is a show. This is a show over here, Keegan. I'm the one doing the production over here.
Yeah, Keegan.
Is this like a racist thing? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just making the claim that this individual has already shown me a lack of.
No, Keegan, this type of attitude I do not want in this room. You need positive vibrations with this young man. Please.
Keegan, you're gonna kick from your own room.
Yeah, Keegan, the whole point of this is a freshman in college or a fresh, private in the Army. This is somebody coming into the campaign who has no idea that there's this entire, backdrop to the campaign, but he can help fundraise right now. Listen, I hate to quote Kanye West in Keegan's room, but I want to quote Kanye West because I went to a Kanye West concert and my friend I bought a CD, and in the dust jacket, I'll never forget the most insane quote I ever read by Kanye West. He said, "If you can't be used, you are useless."
If you can't be used, you're useless.
That's a direct quote from a dust jacket in a Kanye West album. So I hope you're having as much fun as I am this morning. Pepe, I'm sure, is sitting there.
I'm not having fun anymore right now.
Well, listen, the point is, if this guy doesn't show up, he doesn't show up.
John?
He's not late, man. I sent him the link 2 minutes ago. It's 1:04. Give him to like 1:10, basically. The guy's never used the app before. He doesn't even have a profile, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
Keegan has a point, though. Keegan, like, you do have a point, though. Like, what does that say when he's late? What does that say about the
Well, now, if anything, the implication hasn't put onto John. John, why are you not more organized, knowing that he was supposed to be here at 1, you didn't send him the link to 1:02?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was up last night till about 4 a.m. working, and I got up at 10 o'clock. So for me, I'm still just finishing my coffee, and this is the afternoon early show. So I go, 18 hours a day on this app.
But John, I'm worried. You as a congressman, if it's how you conduct yourself, I'm worried.
I hate to tell you this, Keegan, but this could be the future of communication. And I got to tell you, having worked, for Google, for Microsoft, for the Treasury Department and the IRS, and working in the U.S. Army, this is the quickest and fastest way to organize and to communicate transparently. It's a free conference call. And so in the chat, you can watch a private video, which releases tomorrow with a major news network, where candidate Congressman Kitover talks about economic philosophy and theory for about 45 minutes, about taxation and debt, about war and vaccines. It's a private video. I was told to make it private and unlisted because the main publisher who did the interview claims that they own the copyright. So now we have a copyright dispute about a video that I shot on 13 phones, and you can watch the primary phone, my best phone, my new phone, and you can watch this 45-minute interview. If you think any of my ideas are good, let me know. But I do know there are some errors that I made because I re-listened to this 45-minute podcast with a major news network. I may have said billions and not trillions, meaning that if we cut Medicare, Medicaid, we cut it by $1 trillion, not by 1 to 2 billion. I think I made a numbers mistake there in a segment. So anyways, I hope you're all enjoying this. If Joe is in the audience and you raise your hand, you can come up and Keegan and I will onboard you onto the campaign to elect John Kitover. Now, Keegan is not a part of this campaign. He's merely decided to co-host this event. This is as if he was doing like a signature, a petition, a luncheon or breakfast or dinner. He's hosting us. He's just the host. He's not involved in the campaign. He merely contributed his time to helping organize this conference call with you here in the audience right now. So thank you for being here. Go to johnforcongress.com. Look at my website and look at all the towns. Peckins. Have you ever heard of Peckins, Illinois? Have you ever heard of Bloomington, Normal, Illinois, Peoria, or Rockford, Illinois? This is a sliver of Trump country in the heart of Illinois. There are a lot of Republicans there, 85%, 95% people vote Republican. You should see the other guy running for Republican governor now. Keegan, you're not going to believe what the other Republican candidate looks like. It's to me, he could fucking win.
What's his name?
He's got a very complicated name. I think he's, either on the spectrum or he is an artist or a farmer. And just like, I think he's a legit, see, the thing is, you're going to have to judge by yourself because I don't want to be cruel to his fashion style because I think they're very artistic photos. Anyways, you'll see. Maybe I inspired him to run. Probably.
Are you putting it as your PTR or are you going to give us his name?
I'm going to have to Google this one. Oh, wait, I can just Google my name and he shows up. So it's on ballotpedia.org. This is ballotpedia.org.
If you Google his name, does your name show up? Because that'd be not good if everyone can Google you and he shows up. That's not good for your campaign.
Oh no, it's good. This is all good. I see, Keegan, I don't believe in censorship. I want to get to know people. I want to really look at what they post online. I want to know what they think about. I want to know who they're connected to. I want to know everything about everybody. So the point is, his name is Garth Gouletti.
Keegan Brad is up there.
Okay.
That might be a response room to the campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover. But David, thank you very little, as usual.
Yeah.
With all due respect, kick him. Go ahead, David. Tell us how to kick somebody. Oh, David got kicked. Who would have guessed? Okay, so.
No, I didn't kick him. You kicked him? Don't kick him.
I didn't kick him. He left, or he moved. He moved himself to the audience.
Don't kick anyone, John.
I didn't kick anybody because I think David adds spice to the show. So, anyways, let me pin the link to this guy Garth Gouletti. If people in the audience would like to contact him and try to invite him to Clubhouse, please do so. His name is Garth Gouletti.
Yes, this is what we need. An official political debate between two candidates.
I agree.
Wow.
I agree. I've been trying to get Scott Kent Jones.
Wow, this individual.
Look at those photos. What's the name of that movie with where he does the dance?
Well, what about Darren LaHood? And that's the only other Republican. There's 3 Republicans running here, John.
I know. Look how many Democrats are running now.
A lot of Democrats, actually. It's kind of shocking. What's going on there? Has a Democrat won this seat before?
Well, they redistricted it. So, and they say it skews 85% Republican. But we're going to find out. Because people are more politically activated now than ever before because of X and Instagram and everything else. I think people are really vested in politics, and really they view it as like an investment. When I voted Trump, that's an investment. Every time you vote, you should basically get some type of an ROI percentage indicator on, what you're actually getting for your vote. It'd be really cool if there was some way to actually track your ROI on your vote in terms of like how much that vote costs in taxes, how much it costs in borrowing, and how much it costs in long-term debt liabilities. Like if you were to determine how much your vote actually costs you, it would be wild. You could track it all. You can, there's ways to just look at GDP over 25 years or 50 years. Grok lets you do all kinds of amazing calculations. And part of this campaign is I have to put together policy papers or position statements. And I've done so many already on Grok, but they're not really organized. So I don't know. I'm probably going to create a new website soon. But I have so much invested in X. I have so many X accounts and so many YouTubes and so many Instagrams.
John, as I'm looking at these candidates, you've got a tough task ahead of you.
No, it's really not as Keegan.
Listen, he looks like a politician.
He is a politician, but Keegan, the whole point is my victory is getting on the ballot in March. When I get on that ballot and John Kitover is an option against Darren LaHood, I've done my job. That's all I can do. I'm live streaming this campaign. That's my victory. That's my win, because no matter what, you can't take that away. When your name is printed on a ballot, Keegan, that makes you an official, it's not just a candidate, it's you've officially ran. Like, you have that printout of that ballot. And so, the whole point is this is a branding effort for John Kitover to run in future politics, because the political industrial complex controls all the borrowing and all the spending, all the decisions on all the pensions. Everything is tied up in politicians' compliance to the system. So if you believe that we're going to have to practice austerity in this country and we're going to have to cut pensions, you're going to have to vote for individuals like John Kitover, because that's the only way you can probably keep this Ponzi scheme going. I think, the sooner we realize that we have an artificial 40% borrowed economy, the sooner the stocks will adjust. Yes, people are going to take hefty losses in the stock market when the government stops passing out free money. Aetna, United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, they're going to lay off thousands and their stocks are going to plummet 50%. But the market's going to correct.
John, when do we start worrying about this campaign fundraiser? He's not going to show. He could be a no-show. When do we start worrying about it?
Let me see if he texted us back. Oh, he didn't text us back. I'm going to text him now. No. Are you available? See, this is the thing is, I guess I am kind of wasting your time with my show, but
no, I don't believe you were, and I don't think that was your intention at all.
So I want to give you again, I don't know if I can post the link again, but I hope you watch this private interview, because I don't even want to leave the house until this video goes public. And I don't want to upset the publisher, even though he kind of like insulted me afterwards because I didn't respond fast enough on X to him in the comments. There's chat or email on X, and I don't look at it. And so he like called me out on one of my X accounts as like saying, he actually said that you should read what he wrote. It's very insulting after I did this 45-minute interview with him, but I will give him a lot of credit. He let me speak. Like, he didn't interrupt me. Like, he asked me a question and he let me go, for a good couple minutes. I don't know how I come off. I haven't watched the whole thing. And also the camera angle's kind of bad because I was looking at the Zoom conference call and my primary phone wasn't angled that well, but I filmed it on 13 phones. You can hear the police driving by my house hour after hour after hour. Oh, crime is down 38%? Really? Why are the police constantly flying down the streets to crises in the South Side? Please tell me why. I know people in the fire department that say that the numbers are like totally cooked and they don't report even half of what happens. So that's the truth about crime in major U.S. cities.
John, well, I don't think this. I think you're gonna have a no-show here, John.
You could be right. Let's see what he wrote back. Nothing.
I'm afraid, John. I'm afraid we have a no-show on our hands. Very sad. The momentum is strong, though, John. Charlie, I believe it is strong. So what is the requirements to get you on the ballot?
It's like 675 signatures.
How many? Where are you at right now? And are they required to be in your district?
Yeah, they got to be registered voters in the 16th district, and so there's a way to look them up on the spot.
So have you done some door knocking? Have you?
So this is
door knocking yet? You giving out pamphlets?
So what's cool about X is you can ask Grok, hey, identify 25 voters in Rockford, Illinois, that would consider voting for candidate Congressman John Kitover. It gives you back the 25 profiles. So we message every single one of those 25 profiles by hand and ask them if they want to sign the petition. And if they do, we send them a DocuSign via email. They digitally sign, and we have one petition for every signature. So it's going to be a huge fucking binder because it could be 1-to-1 for like 300. So that's the most annoying thing is every single page has to be notarized. The compliance with ballot access is so laborious and ridiculous and expensive to do that unless you are extremely well organized and really hustling, it is very difficult to get on a ballot. And the challenge and review process.
I don't want to interrupt you here, John. I remember actually my mother ran for state representatives when I was a child. She did not win. She did get 40% of the vote, though, which I was very proud of.
Wow.
In the primary, which is running in the primary. Very, very proud of her trying it out. But I do remember as a little kid going door knocking, she was utilizing her children as being cute little representatives. And we would go knocking. It was Keegan Toy, I think it was, I don't know what year it was, but freaking knocking on doors, going, will you elect Mom Keegan? And,
wow. So you and Marshall Rankin Stankin do have something in common.
No, did he do that as well?
Yeah, Marshall Rankin Stankin from Texas, that fake ass Republican. He claims he knocks on thousands of doors. Meanwhile, he can barely walk.
That was against my will.
Listen, Marshall Rankin Stankin has been one of the biggest annoying thorns in my side. He knows my voice, so if I try to change my voice, he goes, "That's Edmund. Can't come." I cannot get past through the Marshall detector system. I have not been able to fool Marshall yet with like a prank call. Somehow he always knows it's me. So we're going to text one more individual who responded to the Craigslist ad right now, and I'll see if that person is available to either.
Well, John, I'm gonna let you take over the room. I do have to go, but good luck.
Okay, thank you, Keegan. Thank you for hosting. Okay, we're gonna see. Here we go. Hi, are you available? I hope you guys don't mind, but I would like to force every single person who works on this campaign to come through Clubhouse. Is that, wrong of me to do? I don't think it is. I think it should be a requirement. Because if you can't figure out how to come on Clubhouse and join this room, you're going to have a challenge getting signatures. And I got to tell you, people who respond to Craigslist ads, God bless them, they didn't go to Harvard Law, okay? Let's just put it that way. So a lot of people got a lot of difficulties in their life, a lot of anxieties and complexities. And not everybody can join a Clubhouse room if you ask them to. Some people don't respond. There's a lot of spam. So it's like you can't waste a lot of time. I know that I'm going to have to do the heavy lifting on these signatures like I did before. I had great people that helped me. But we were 60 signatures short last time. And I just want to say that the opposition we ran against is Stella Richards, the 45th Ward committee woman. I'm 100% sure that they committed ballot fraud or petition fraud, leading essentially to ballot fraud. My 364 pages of signatures were dirty, crinkled, and had signatures and scribble all over them. Looked like they had been, touched for years. Their signatures looked like they were printed perfectly, as if somebody with the most perfect handwriting you'd ever seen. So the whole thing is very suspicious. And I got to say, there's a way to get real signatures, and there's a way to essentially sit down at a table with a bunch of people. And if you have the list and you have the signatures, you can just copy it and paste, copy and paste, copy. I don't know if people did it by hand or how they did it, but they did not go door to door. They did not go door to door. So the question is, how did they get 20 pages of perfect petitions? Very suspicious. But you're not allowed to cross-examine the witness. You're not allowed to practice and carry out the Constitution. So this is how politics works. Anyways, if you click that YouTube link above, ladies and gentlemen, I know this room is coming to an end, but you can watch a private one-on-one podcast interview with candidate Congressman John Kitover before the main footage is released this Friday. I hope you all enjoy. Now, I'm wondering if he's going to edit my clips and put out segments of 10-second snippets. He claims that he has the copyright, but I also claim that I have the copyright as I filmed it on 13 different phones. So this is going to be a very interesting experience and experiment to see how they clip me. if he clips me, and he claims it's his business, and I claim it's my business, and I claim it's part of the campaign, and he's claiming that his copyright supersedes the campaign's copyright, things like that. And we had no agreement, no negotiations. It would be like Trump sitting down to 60 Minutes to do an interview without having any kind of preconditions or contract in place prior, to Q&A and to recording and to final cut, all those things. So I don't have to explain all this stupid stuff to you. I'm sure you can all deduce this yourselves. Okay, this is a clip from yesterday. I don't know if you can hear the
Big
audio.
Beautiful Bill Act gives the Fortune 500 $500 billion a year in tax credits. That's all future tax liabilities for you. It's transferring it from the Fortune 500 to we the people. That's not why you're voting for Darren LaHood, is it? I hope it's not, because if you are, you're voting for your own demise. We're giving ourselves away. The Declaration of Independence says they're eating out our substance. And in my opinion, Darren LaHood is eating out the substance of America and the people in the 16th district. And Illinois politics is so corrupt and the people are so sleazy. It's taking a grassroots effort of a guy in Jefferson Park in the northwest side of Chicago to say no more borrowing and spending.
You talked about cuts. There were two you mentioned that I was specifically interested in. Cuts Medicare, Medicaid.
So that's a clip. That's the kind of Q&A it was. I mean, he let me, it's not like a clubhouse room where you get interrupted every second. Like, this guy let me speak. He knew that he was there to film. So it comes out tomorrow, but you can watch the clip today. It's a private exclusive here on Clownhouse. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's see if our other candidate emailed us back, texted us back. Nope. I think that might have been it. Yeah. I know I'm going to have to do this myself. But I have people locally that I can drive up there with me that I can compensate who would do a fantastic job. And really sincerely, but I do need to call her and him. Except the thing is, I don't want to have to drive back, and I don't want to spend a night in a hotel room with these people. That's part of the problem on the campaign. It's like going on a work trip with somebody, and we're not going to stay in that same hotel room. I'm sorry, but I'm not sleeping in a hotel room with you. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to get 2 hotel rooms, which is, we can afford it at this point. But we're gonna hit Rockford first, and then we're gonna go to Peoria, and those 2 towns should be enough to get us signatures. And I have to do this across a couple weeks. I'd like to look at all the chat messages. You know what? I need to also get a new Clubhouse Anonymous account because this is my only current Clubhouse account. So I need to go to like reaction rooms. I'm going to have to do that probably. See, this is how I need to spend my time, and I need to find people to get me signatures on the street. Okay, so we're going to create a new Clubhouse Anonymous Live. I'm going to change the title. I don't know, we'll just let this one sit for a minute. It's too much work right now. All right. Which phone am I going to put it on? Okay, so I'm going to play some meditation and prayer music to relax because, politics is very high vibration because I consider what I do to be very performative, but it also shakes me to the core. So I like to try to de-stress and relax with a little HMS Pinafore. But first, a video of Brad Stauffenberger slicing potatoes.
Now give 3 cheers, I'll lead the way. Hurrah, hurrah, hooray! which plays great Britain with loudly charge.
And I am his sister and his cousin and his aunt. And we are his sister and his cousin and his aunt. His sister and his cousin and his aunt.
When at anchor here I ride, my bosom swells with.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this because I think it could probably trigger a copyright warning. But I think that would be a really funny way to roast Brad Stauffenberger by playing the HMS Pinafore soundtrack and dedicating it to him and management.